Mykhailo Mudryk, the name that once ignited Stamford Bridge upon his arrival at Chelsea in January 2023, is now at the center of endless controversy. The Ukrainian's career at Chelsea, already rocky, is now even more precarious following reports of a positive test for the banned substance meldonium. With a transfer fee of up to £62 million, Mudryk was expected to be a shining star in the Blues squad. However, in less than 2 years, his performance and off-field issues have turned him into a burden. Will Mudryk have a chance to return? Or will he follow in the footsteps of names like Paul Pogba or Adrian Mutu in football history? Enzo Maresca insists that his team is not yet ready to aim for the championship title, and for good reason. Beyond the defense, the situation of the personnel is something they will eventually have to face. Mudryk is not yet a key player, but for now, in smaller competitions, his presence is still necessary. When Mykhailo Mudryk joined Chelsea from Shakhtar Donetsk, it was seen as a strategic move in the new owner's plan to rebuild the team. Under Bowley, his transfer even became a fierce battle between Chelsea and Arsenal, with Chelsea outmaneuvering their city rivals to sign him. Expectations for the player were high, especially after his impressive performances in the Champions League, scoring 3 goals and providing 2 assists in just 6 group stage matches. At Shakhtar, Mudryk was known as an explosive player with speed and sharpness in attack, leading observers to compare him to top European talents. However, since arriving at Stamford Bridge, Mudryk's Chelsea career has never followed the script that either he or the club desired. In his first season, he scored only a few goals and spent most of his time on the bench or unregistered. Under Graham Potter, Mauricio Pochettino, and now Enzo Maresca, Mudryk has consistently struggled to find a place in the starting lineup. Watching Mudryk play, no one can defend him. The good thing is that since then, there have been small improvements, but that's still not enough to guarantee the Ukrainian regular playing time. With a hefty transfer fee and high expectations, Mudryk's disappointing performances quickly made him a target of criticism from fans. The issue became more serious when the FA recently announced that Mudryk had tested positive for meldonium, a banned substance in sports that has been on the World Anti-Doping Agency (WADA) prohibited list since 2016. Meldonium was originally developed as a heart medication, improving blood circulation and boosting metabolism. This means it can also enhance athletic performance in general and is therefore banned for professional athletes. Mykhailo Mudryk immediately issued a statement asserting that he did not intentionally use the banned substance. On Instagram, he wrote, "I have never intentionally used any prohibited substances or violated any rules, and I am working closely with my team to investigate this matter. I know that I did nothing wrong, and I maintain hope that I will be back on the pitch soon. I cannot say any more because of the confidentiality of the process, but I will speak as soon as possible." Nevertheless, this news still surprised Chelsea fans and experts, as it was the first time the player had been involved in a serious scandal, raising questions about his professionalism. According to FA regulations, any player found to have tested positive for a banned substance will be provisionally suspended pending the results of the investigation and testing of the B sample. This means Mudryk will not be able to participate in Chelsea's upcoming matches, at least until a final decision is made by the authorities. If the B sample also returns a positive result, Mudryk could face a ban of 2 to 4 years, a major blow to his career. One player who recently failed the B sample test was Paul Pogba. As for why he received a reduced sentence and was able to return to play, this issue is likely to be more stringent in the UK than in Italy. Mudryk's absence puts Chelsea in a position to face long-term concerns. The immediate issue is personnel in smaller competitions. Although Mudryk has never truly been an irreplaceable player on the team, he is still considered a potential talent who can contribute when the team needs someone to fill a gap. For Enzo Maresca, losing Mudryk, even temporarily, is a challenge as the team is stretched thin across multiple competitions. In the long term, Chelsea certainly still has expectations for the player in terms of his potential development, speed, and explosiveness on the wing. With more maturity, Mudryk has the potential to become a superstar in the next few years. Mykhailo Mudryk's poor form at Chelsea is undeniable. Under Maresca, he has only started once in the Premier League and has played a total of only 146 minutes, a meager figure for a player with a huge transfer fee, even in Conference League matches, where Chelsea face weaker opponents. Mudryk has only shown flashes of brilliance, such as his goal against Heidenheim at the end of November. Those rare goals are not enough to erase doubts about his ability to integrate and his consistency in a Chelsea shirt. Meanwhile, Coach Maresca has also repeatedly expressed his disappointment with Mudryk, especially in terms of tactics. He once commented that Mykhailo Mudryk is slower to grasp tactical instructions than other players, both in attack and defense. This may be one of the main reasons why Mudryk is not trusted in important matches, and this puts even more pressure on the Ukrainian player. Now, without Mudryk, if the injury situation doesn't worsen, let's count who Chelsea has on the left wing. Jadon Sancho and Pedro Neto are the top two names, followed by João Felix, and finally Tariq George, the U21 player who is still getting valuable minutes in the Conference League. But in terms of potential, Mudryk should only be ranked below Sterling and Felix, not as the fourth choice, as he is now. The last time Mykhailo Mudryk appeared on the bench was during the 3-0 win over Aston Villa in early October. And since then, Enzo Maresca's team has remained undefeated. It seems that Maresca doesn't have a clear plan for this player at the moment, but internal team dynamics will likely have some impact. Historically, Chelsea has been unforgiving with players involved with banned substances. They dismissed Adrian Mutu in 2004 and Mark Bosnick in 2003 for cocaine use. However, Mudryk's situation is somewhat different because the player is not accused of intentionally using meldonium. It could simply be an accident while experimenting with other substances. Chelsea has voiced support for Mudryk and stated they will wait for the final results before making any decisions. However, if a heavy penalty is imposed, the club may be forced to reconsider Mudryk's future, especially since his talent has not truly been showcased on the pitch. In addition to the doping issue, Mudryk's Chelsea career is also threatened by internal factors such as fierce competition within the squad and pressure from fans. With the arrival of many other capable players, Mudryk is increasingly marginalized in the race for a starting spot. The ridicule about his exorbitant transfer fee has become a common topic on social media. So, what is the future for Mykhailo Mudryk? Football history has seen similar cases, such as Paul Pogba recently, who also faced doping issues. And overall, his career has branched more into acting than football. Hopefully, this will just be a necessary wake-up call, thereby unlocking the fighting spirit of a player who has yet to fulfill his potential. The current Mudryk is a player that Chelsea doesn't really need, but an explosive, mature, and determined version of Mudryk, if this incident leads to that, is certainly a different story altogether.